Well, this match has been billed as a friendly, but never has a word been less suitable. It is arguably the greatest test rivalry in women's rugby. And already the crowd here inside the Allianz Stadium enjoying the atmosphere as the sides come out. The eagle eye will have spotted it was actually Zoe Harrison of Saracens who led England out. She actually won her 50th cap last week, but superstition just stopped her from leading them out then. And it's England at the moment lining up on the left-hand side of the field. Plenty of support for them. New Zealand, they were led out by their co-captains, Kennedy Tukawafu and Ruahei Dement. As the stadiums do welcome these two sides, and what many really do believe, this could be a World Cup final rehearsal for next year. Today it's just plain old pride and bragging rights that are up for grabs. Right then, we're going to have the anthems, and of course first will be God Defend New Zealand. Next up, of course, it is God Save the King. That'll be sung by Amanita Francis. Well, both sides not quite ready to get going just yet. They're just going to clear the field. But, of course, this is New Zealand, so it will be time for the Black Ferns haka. It's called Ka Hui Mai. And they've actually had their own haka for nearly 20 years now. As the Black Ferns get ready, so will England, because they have to prepare to respect the challenge. And the haka for New Zealand will be led by Ruahei Dement. And Katie Daly-McLean, this is a special moment.
It really is. It's probably one of the iconic moments of sport. And to face it, it for me was one of the best moments of my career. You know, it's ferocious.
Here we go then. Black Ferns haka. quite the moment for both sides. England were quick into that huddle. They were not hanging around to watch any longer. And we are nearly ready to go here, but we are going to be talking you through the lineups first of all. Well, John Mitchell, of course, he makes 5 changes to his England side that actually beat France last week. In the forwards, he splits his entire front row. You've got Carson, Atkin, Davis and Bernal starting. He's also brought in Bristol Bears lock Abby Ward, who returns from injury. In the backs, you've got Emily Scarrett making her 100th start for the Red Roses. That's on the occasion of her 113th cap. And wearing the 13 shirt, of course, the Loughborough Lightning centre becomes only the 3rd woman to reach the 100 starts milestone. That's behind Sarah Hunter and Rocky Clark. And on the benches, a really special day for back rower Georgia Brock. She's a PWR champion with Gloucester Hartbury, and she could make her England debut this afternoon. Okay, time to take a look at the visitors. 2 changes for New Zealand since their last fixture against Australia back in July. In the forwards, co-captain Kennedy Tukuafu starts. She's got married very recently in the last 2 weeks. Used to be Kennedy Simon. And there's plenty of excitement around the number 8, Kaiparos and Baker. But in the backs, it's that return of the winger Aisha Letiainga that really catches the eye. But also a big focus on the young halfbacks, Maya Joseph and Hannah King, who'll be supported by the solid midfield pairing of Ruhe Dement and Lamui Poloto Lemahi Ataihi Sylvia Brunt. And, of course, on the bench, there's plenty of experience on offer as well, including Olympic Sevens champion Ruby Tui, who's now dedicated the end of her professional career to 15s, with ambitions, of course, of making next year's Rugby World Cup. Well, former England captain Katie Daly-McLean, we've already spoken there about the haka, but just explain to people who don't know about this rivalry.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, you know New Zealand, you know how iconic they are for women's rugby, but this is the biggest challenge England women will face. You know, you talk about France, but New Zealand are the nemesis. The team we only used to play in World Cup finals, now playing them much more regularly. So this could be an absolute classic.
Well, our referee today is South Africa's Amy Barrett-Theron. A very calm pair of hands, and she is ready to go. Right, no hugs or cuddles for the next 80 minutes. This is the world number 1s against the world champions, England against New Zealand, and we're underway at the Allianz Stadium. Aitchison. Big clearance for her. And out in the backfield, Holmes on the ball. She's also the goal kicker for the Black Ferns as well. And a big attack first of all then for the visitors. Gathered, goes through the hands from Joseph to King, as we said there in the build-up. 2 real youngsters who've been given responsibility to lead this back line for New Zealand. Popped off, ball keeping in the hands. Big tackle coming in. Abby Dow pushing the Black Ferns back. Still Black Ferns ball.
Good work, tackler.
Maya Joseph, 22 years old. Trying to find someone. Maya Kavana Kalani Ruse, the Blues second row, taking her body down to the ground. Are we going to get to see a Red Roses attack? Kilda. She lit up the Six Nations. She can see space there from the Black Ferns. That's a nice little touch there by the England fullback. Gathered in the end by King, who sends it back, and Aitchison waits to gather. Really nice take there from a real awkward ball for Aitchison, who runs up to the halfway. Hunt, Hurd. Through the guts of the park this time by Atkin Davis. Hurd again. Huge tackles going on in the midfield. Not on ball twice there, but the first one by the Red Roses, and we get to see a scrum for the Black Ferns.
It's a nice opening from both teams, isn't it? You know, just playing through the phases, getting the ball in hand. Bit of a loose kick we saw from Joseph there, which allowed Ellie Kildun to get ahead of and find space. But ultimately, just an opening couple of minutes. This is a great shot, isn't it? New Zealand, we know, are physical. It was Dumont, their co-captain in that example, getting in the line, getting in that passing space.
Well, John Mitchell completely changed the Red Roses front row. We were told it was always planned. So Mackenzie Carson, Lark Atkin Davis and Sarah Byrne. Now big focus on them now. Going up against Velika, Ponsonby and Colone Vale. Good scrum is held. Right, Dement Big pass out wide to Letty Ayinga. She's electric. Scarrett needs to be sure of the tackle. Back inside, really nice to Brunt. Brunt still on the ball and strung by the visitors. King. In the middle there is Bremner. Almost run into her own player. Still nice here by the Black Ferns. Huge tackles raining down on them. Getting involved there, Fayanati as well. They've got numbers on the far side, and the Red Roses just having to scramble around and reorganise. Joseph. Threatening stuff this time. Velika, Big Blues prop driving on. Huge tackles there coming in. That one by Alex Matthews, Rugby World Cup winner back in 2014. Still going strong. King with the distribution. She's got really quick hands. As Bremner there fumbles with the ball, and it's gathered by Allcroft. Advantage to the Red Roses. Aitchison just manages to get rid of any pressure, sends it down, but it will be a Black Ferns putter.
It's good possession by New Zealand, isn't it? They're holding the ball well, they look comfortable. We talked about their halfbacks being young, but it doesn't seem to phase them, you know, going through the phases, playing their forwards. Here, this is a lovely first phase. Great ball. She sees Jess Breach just get a little bit high and goes over the top of her, and it's a great tackle by Emily Scarrett there.
Girls, we just need to get your timing there, please. You can only move once the ball is thrown. You're preloading. Once the ball is thrown, then you can move.
Okay, just a warning there by Amy Barrett-Theron. Special day for her as well today. She's the first female referee to 40 tests. Ball eventually in by Ponsonby. But no, Black Ferns not listening. Well, she was very clear there, Amy Barrett-Theron, about what she wanted. Black Ferns didn't listen. And it's a free kick here. And so the Red Roses just deciding on the right call. Ball goes to Aitchison.
Let's go, please.
And she just puts a bit of welly behind it in the end. No height on the ball, though. Really scuttering low kick. So slightly easier for King to take. And that was a big hit straight there for the Red Roses. Oh, look at those legs working the hard yards there through Colone Varley. This is nice by the Black Ferns. Any pressure they're managing to get rid of straight away and shake it off. Box kick once again coming in by Joseph. Molly Aitchison, she's just letting that ball bounce, and she's giving time for the Black Ferns to get back. You can see the nerves out there across the park. Everyone knows what this means as Kildun goes into contact, and the Black Ferns were over that ball so fast.
Really clear comms there from the referee. Tackler hasn't rolled from that tackle situation, therefore the jackal can't happen. It's really frustrating as well when, as a player, you get a good jackal in there and your tackler just hasn't been able to get out of that area. But big opportunity for England to get out of their 22.
Okay, ball is clear on the far side, and there's been some really big carries, you have to say, by the Black Ferns already in this fixture, and they're really happy just to go through the guts of the park.
Yeah, they are. When you just look comfortable, don't they? I think we said they hadn't played since July, but here they don't look a team that hasn't had any rugby, quite comfortable with their patterns.
Big line out there for the Red Roses. Aitchison so flat to the line, gives it to Packer, who really rides that tackle well, considering how hard she was hit. But here we go. The Red Roses are off through Matthews. Still going. She does just release the ball. Referee is happy for her to play on. Hurd. Missed pass. It wasn't Hurd. Went Aitchison, and oh my goodness. Don't watch that one back later. And if ever there was a display of how nervy this game is, that attack by the Red Roses was it.
Yeah, it was a really good build-up, wasn't it? It was Alex Matthews there just on your screen. She made a really good decision, ball in hand, space opened up. You can just see here she goes through that gap, and then she's away. She is deceptively quick. Not tackled, so not held she can get in play, but here from Holly, just a bit loose.
Ponsonby actually started out her career playing more in the back rows, now shifted more to hooker, and it's a better line out now by the Black Ferns as we get to see on the ball there Olsen Baker, but it's stolen really nice by the Red Roses, who have another attack. Switch round there by Aitchison. Breach hanging out on the wing on her own, needs some support. Hunt. Feanati
Good timing on this tackle, yeah?
could have represented New Zealand herself. Scarrett.
Back.
There's a New Zealand
Don't push
player
it
over the
into
top
her.
of that, but referee happy ball is there. Aitchison, Feanati again. And that's a great steal by New Zealand.
First play in.
Wonderful poaching. As Letty Ayinga tries to break away down this near side. That's why she's dangerous. They need to make the tackle. Letty Ayinga is off. And Jess Breach is hunting her down. Wonderful tackle by Breach to stop the danger women of the moment. The penalty comes as well, the Red Roses way, and take a bow, Jess Breach.
Great bit of defensive work from England there. Nice little opening break from New Zealand, but that lady there, Jess Breach, pace, power, but composure on that last one. Had to make sure she made that tackle, and she did.
Well, it was Letty Ayinga who broke away, and just watching this, doesn't make touch. Oh, King has just kept that one in, so play continues. Holmes has it, back to King. So mistake there by the Red Roses, giving possession back to the Black Ferns. Mikaeli Tu'u, back rower, getting involved. Hack through there this time comes by Joseph, and they are targeting that backfield quite a lot at the moment, the Black Ferns. Here comes Kildun, passes out to Dow. She can gas if she wants to, Hacks on the ball. That's a really nice kick by Abby Dow. Holmes. Vahakolo, she's dangerous in her own right. Still Vahakolo. Dement, back inside to Brunt. They're almost like birds in flight with ball in hand at the moment, the Black Ferns. Ponsonby. Middle of the park, Ruse. Cross field, Letty Ayinga there again. Kildun. Lost forward by Letty Ayinga. As the ball goes back, advantage to England, and they will this time take the knock on. And Letty Ayinga, all the pressure on her. Worth playing, she has not played international rugby since the World Cup final 2 years ago. Welcome back to Test rugby, isn't it? I mean, fair play. She's had 4 or 5 involvements there, which have involved big running, but you hear and see from this face here, Abby Dow kicks ahead. It's England's chase, Mo Hunt's alongside her, but New Zealand are so dangerous, so comfortable ball in hand. They just make good decisions. Missed tackle by Emily Scarrett, and then they're away. Ball in 2 hands, Demont, Brunt. Great cover by Holly Aitchison. But New Zealand just look really, really comfortable. They've started really bright here, and this is a lovely weighted kick, isn't it, from the scrum half. Letty Ayinga, I'm not sure she wanted another 50-metre run in, but great tackle by Ellie Kildun. I think the next bit now is just for England to settle. They need to get hold of the ball. They need to have a little bit more composure, but what great weight on that kick. You do feel the weight of history on this fixture at the moment. No one really probably be able to express themselves just yet. Gloucester Hartbury's Hunt with the put in, and a big push by the Black Ferns. Matthews gathers from number 8.
No more.
Hunt gets it back. Aitchison, big right boot down the near side. That one does find touch. But again, it will be a Black Ferns put in, and we haven't really seen a strong period of attack by the Red Roses at the right end of the field. They've just been mopping up things at their own end. They haven't, but Meg Jones talks about in commentary, and it's about winning the moment. At the moment, New Zealand have momentum, so England just have to find their way into the game. Whether they use Holly's kicking game, Mo's kicking, Natasha Hunt's kicking game, they have to find their way into it. Here come the Ferns again. Joseph, Demont. Mikaeli Tu'u, she nearly breaks the tackle. So strong this time, it's Vilika. The props doing a lot of work out there. The closest we've been to a try line, and Hurd has it.
Use it 9.
Hunt being told to get on with
You
it.
still got scrum advantage.
driven forward again by the forwards, trying to find that field position to get it away. Scarrett now, and she's been charged down, but I think they're playing penalty advantage. And you could just see there that Aitchison was looking for Scarrett for the clearance, who's as good a kicker as anyone.
Yeah, she really is. Something that Emily Scarrett will be really frustrated with that. But I think for me, England are just overplaying, you know. The last thing you want is the breakdown in the middle of the pitch, because it makes it really hard for your kickers. In that instance, Natasha Hunt just needs to work them to a sideline. Emily Scarrett's travelling there. She's travelling towards the defence, who are already coming to put pressure on you. England need to work themselves to 15s to give their kickers an easier way to exit this 22.
Steady. Set.
Oh, once again, it's Matthews who gathers at the base and they spin it out. Oh, once again, Scarrett with the clearance, but that's been touched by a black fern, and the Red Roses trying to exit out of their own half is not going well. They've managed to get it back. Hurd.
Ball carrier dipping.
Hunt. Looks up, options available. Aitchison with the spinning pass to Kildan. This time, Packer is hanging out. Finally, Breach with a little bit of space. That was a nice touch over.
Back by back.
And it's still Breach who has it to Hunt. Now to Packer. Miscommunication. Ball's knocked on.
Yeah, I think if you're England and you're John Mitchell, you're probably starting to get a little bit frustrated. You know, there is some really bright moments. Just a little bit of overplaying. This is nice by England. Good read. Good depth by Ellie Kildun, and then they're in the basics. Ball in two hands, find the space. I think that came off Breach's shin a little bit, but ball's coming back to them, and it's just about going through your moments there. I think
all good, Amy.
You can see why Natasha Hunt is giving that ball to Marley Packer, because she's facing the wrong way. But I think it's just England just needs to be a little bit more clinical with this possession.
I wonder what notes are being made up there. John Mitchell on the far right of your screen in the glasses with the white top on. Next to Lewis Deacon, Sarah Hunter alongside, and then in front of her, Lou Meadows.
You come to the left. More, please. More. Thank you.
Pretty tense, you have to say, around Twickenham. As we said in the build-up to this, I mean, this is a friendly, but between these two sides, there's just so much on the line every single time they play. And if you're a regular watcher of Red Roses rugby, it will be a long time since you've seen a scoreline of 0-0 after 15 minutes.
Fine.
And there you go, the Black Ferns coaching staff there. It was Alan Bunting on the top left-hand side of your screen as Joseph comes away with the ball. King gets it out to Demant. Now, off her wing looking for work is Ainga, who, you have to say, she hasn't played international rugby for a while, and the odd thing's loose, but her opposite wing, and Caitlin Vahakola, she is looking strong.
Sorry.
Aitchison takes the ball. She knows she's got a black fern up in her face straight away in the form of Maya Joseph. Red Roses are not used to not having as much time as they like when they get possession, and they're going to have to learn to play a bit quicker. Black Ferns also, they are used to having most things their way. That's a great break through the middle of the park. Here comes Sarah Burns. She can run if she wants to. Red Roses arrive. Box kick by Hunt. Over the top. That's a nice bouncing ball. And this is the first time we'll see the Black Ferns under pressure. All comes from Gloucester Hartbury, vice-captain Natasha Hunt.
Brilliant little kick there, absolutely lovely by Natasha Hunt. It's exactly what you want from your halfbacks. Manage the territory, manage the possession. We see Sarah Burns break here again from that lady Alex Matthews, who's been phenomenal. And once England are going forward, they look much more comfortable. She just gets to her nice and early there, and it's very, very well weighted. Great kick.
Ball is in. Black Ferns have it. Stolen ball by the Red Roses. A warning there also against New Zealand as well. Co-captain Ken Kennedy Tukuwafu and the Red Roses, they're going for the corner. They might have played some expansive rugby during the Six Nations, but I think we know what's coming, Katie Daly-McLean.
You never know. No, but I think you're right. You know, catch and drive, go to their basics. Just, you know, haven't had a lot of possession of territory. This is big for the Red Roses.
Atkin Davis gets the ball in, taken cleanly in the air, and the whole of the crowd at the Allianz Stadium is urging the Red Roses on. At the back, the ball is there and it's down. Try is given to the Red Roses, who have not had the territory or the possession, but they are scoring. We'll wait for confirmation, but pretty confident it was Marley Packer who touched that one down. She was scoring last week from the back of those lineouts, and she's doing it again.
And this is what makes these games so valuable for England. We've seen them rattle, we've seen them pressurise, but when they get their opportunity, they take it. And whether it's by free-throw rugby or the drive and maul, as long as those points go on the board, you don't care. It's really well formed, though. You know, New Zealand do a really good job to try and stop that. Like you say, I think it is Marley Packer at the back of that. Just really, really good drill, isn't it? Done well, delivered well by Lark Atkin-Davies, formed well.
All good, Amy.
Aitchison then comes in with the conversion, but you're a better kicker than me, Katie Daly-McLean. That's a tricky one at the best of times.
It is, but I think Holly kicked very well against France last weekend. You know, there's a bit of criticism thrown her way in the Six Nations about the percentage she was kicking at, and I think it's building. You know, it's something that she will continually to work on. Not an easy one from outside. You know, it's much easier when they're in front of the posts.
Right then, restart about to get underway, but let's check in then with the England coaching box and Jenny Drummond.
I'm alongside Lou Meadows. Lou, I mean, how pleased are you to get that try there, given it was a very tense start?
Yeah, we just needed to build some momentum into the game. I think we need to play rugby in the right areas of the pitch, and that attacking line break from Sarah Byrne there just got us in a really good position, and then we can go after our set piece like we wanted to.
Is it a case of playing your way into this match? Was there an element of overplaying to start with?
No, we've always going to attack it from all areas of the park, so we knew they'd throw everything at us, especially in the first 20, and it was all about how we attack it from that first kick-off receipt. And yeah, there's probably the exposure as well to something new, because we haven't seen them play in a while, so we're just figuring it out, and I think we need to ask them a few more questions of their defensive line, and then we'll be in a good place.
Thanks very much for your time.
No worries.
Black Ferns on the ball, back inside of the Red Roses half of the field. Maya Joseph, Ruse, Dement out towards the far side of the field, and you have to say, Caitlin Vaiakolo, only 24 years old. You can really feel her presence. 4 tries she scored against Australia in their 62-0 win back in July. Hannah King, big tackle going in on her.
Going back to the advantage, offside.
Okay, offside by the Red Roses. You just see Abby Ward on your picture there. Missed out last week with injury, but straight back
White
into
offside,
this side.
off at the ruck.
And of course, the big narrative we haven't really spoken too much about, Casey, is the fact that, although this is the friendly that isn't friendly, is of course it's WXV, this big global tournament moving into its second year that starts in Canada in a few weeks' time. And for the Red Roses, this is a selection game.
Yeah, definitely. You know, there's girls out there that are trying to put their hand up to make sure they're on that plane. I think for John Mitchell, you know, he'll be starting to figure out what his combinations are, who is going to play. But yeah, ultimately, you need to put out a performance today.
Ponsonby, and that's not clean. Advantage for England. Okay, now you might be interested in this penalty because, of course, there are lots of things going on at the moment, law trials across the world. You'll have heard Amy Barrett-Theron be very clear there. You cannot play the 9. It's all about protecting the 9 at the moment. Do you like it, Katie?
Yeah, 100%. I think it supports your attacking side, doesn't it? Ultimately, we want to see this game played, this wide, expansive game. If 9s are getting caught at the breakdowns by back rows. I don't know if we'll see here where they'll play on, but you want to protect that space. And at the moment, as soon as hands on, number 3 from New Zealand can't grab Natasha Hunt.
Well, from the line out, England can't hold on to it.
It was a tackle only. No advantage.
Ball will come back then once again. So after all that excitement from the Red Roses and that penalty, they get to come back straight away. The 32nd Test match was played between these two sides. It's still the Black Ferns who lead statistically. They've got 19 wins
keep your break foot,
to England's 11. They did draw one along the way as well. Last time they played wasn't actually the World Cup final. It was in WXV last year, which the Red Roses came away winners of 33 points to 12. Olsen Baker gathers at the base and they managed to feed it out back down the Black Ferns line. Brunt is down on the ground. Hand in there by Packer, and that's a penalty she's given away there.
You've got a penalty advantage.
What will New Zealand do with this? They've got a free hit to something, and they'll bring it back for the penalty.
You can't tackle the scrum off. Same as the one over there.
Well, New Zealand have been over here for about a week or so. Other than meeting the King, they did actually have a bit of a training session with Wales as well. Wales played Scotland last weekend. They've still got a fixture coming up against Australia next week. Later today, we're saying that Scotland will be playing Fiji. You can catch up with that one on the BBC iPlayer later at 4:45.
Yeah, it is. She knows exactly what she's doing.
Yeah, just losing a little bit of shape as there's not really happening. I think Marley Packer here, again, playing the 9. That's what that penalty's for.
Ponsonby, long towards back. Oh, what a take by Abby Ward. What a steal.
Take him back.
Abby Ward, of course, she took a year out, well, not even a year out, half a year out for her baby Hallie. And then comes Abby Dow. What a handoff. Oh, she's jumped the player and she's handing off. Abby Dow, that was something special. Half the length of the field on her own. And the Red Roses have got space on the far side. They go through the middle, though. Hunt. Aldcroft, Aitchison, Fayanati. That looked like a good steal by the Black Ferns. England just not securing that ball, and that handed there by Aldcroft just stops a little bit, but what a passage of play.
And this is what Lou Meadows was talking about, wasn't it? England wanting to play from anywhere. Great steal by Abby Ward, athleticism to get up in front of the Black Ferns jumper. And then here, England are just brave. Great hands, Emily Scarrett under pressure, Ellie Kildun under pressure, but they get Abby Dow away. And we've just seen how phenomenally dangerous and so physical, you know, ball in 2 hands. Nice little hurdle there. Great scrag down at the end.
Well, the Black Ferns are backing off. How will they react to that last attack? Holmes pushing towards the far side. Barcolo again. Ainga just going in to tidy the ball. Has that one gone forwards? Yes. You can just see there Amy Barrett for saying, don't worry, I've got it. Everyone stay calm.
Yeah, as a player, it's so hard. You're living the emotions of the game, just making sure referees got it under control. It's a great opening start, though, isn't it? 2 of the best sides in the world really going toe-to-toe. Nobody said we're going to tuck it up. Both teams have come here to play.
You pulled away quite a far from her.
You just see Sarah Byrne there at the top of your screen there. Playing 3 for England. Well, just a little message to say that they've actually introduced a sensory room here at the Allianz Stadium. It's the first time as she just packs down there, and she does have her little nephew Finley, who has autism. He's also got his brother George as well, but a big moment for them that he's able now to come and watch her at Twickenham, because sometimes he did find the matches a bit much, but if you do want to come now, the sensory room is available. Hunt. Cross field kick coming down is breached there. Oh, just a bit too much on it.
Straight out.
And that's a little gift to the Black Ferns to get the ball back.
Straight out.
Again, though, nice faces out there in those wide channels.
Can those go in a bit
Holly
straighter,
Aitchison and Jess Breach just on the same wavelength, just the execution.
Okay. This used to be your specialist subject, Katie.
It's one of my favourite things, especially if you get it right. It literally is undefendable because wingers have to mark what's in front of them. You can't always mark the space.
Straight enough.
Joseph, King, Dement. That's really nice. Oh, but the execution wasn't there. You can see what New Zealand are trying to do. They love running with the ball in hand. It is just in their DNA, but they're just a bit rusty. And we have to remember they haven't played as units since July.
Yeah, I mean, you watch us do it. It's so congested, but what a line from Sylvia Brunt there. If she takes that, she is going clean through. And for England, it's so hard to defend because there are so many black shirts. You've almost got to gamble because they're playing so flat to that defensive line.
Brunt, she really is going to be something special. Only 20 years old. Made her debut at age only 18 against Canada in the Pacific Force Series. And you have to say the age of this Black Ferns squad is probably what will be so nerve-wracking for the Red Roses going forward. The Red Roses are all in majority late 20s, early 30s. As the Black Ferns, it's a very fresh squad. Scarrett. Aitchison, killed done, that was well worked. Can she finish it back inside? No. Loose ball. It's still loose. It's still live, this ball. And the Black Ferns are still going. Well, everyone can start breathing again. That was a bit nervy.
Back by Black.
Aitchison does watch that ball bounce a lot. Done, push back. Scarrett so flat to the line. Packer holds her own. Hurd. Ward. Hunt. Hurd. Down once again. Oh, she's flying. She is absolutely flying and scoring. Of Ealing Trailfinders have brought her running boots today. They are loving it inside of the stadium. It's taken a while for the Red Roses to warm up, but the scoreline now certainly heading in their direction.
Yeah, it's a great couple of carries from England's forwards. Here we see Abby Ward, and then just simple hands, great ball, Tatiana Hard. They've given Abby down space, and one-on-one, she has broken the first tackle every time she's carried today. And New Zealand had nobody in behind. Just the physicality of Abby Dow, the fend, ball in one hand. She is so comfortable, really flirting with that touchline. She's been very, very good in this opening 30 minutes.
Right, the shot clock has gone. She was too slow there, Holly Aitchison, to take her conversion. You've got 60 seconds. That used to be 90, but it has just come down now. So Holly Aitchison caught out. She's not the first. Some people might remember Owen Farrell. That was when it was at 90 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, isn't it? I'm sure Holly's, usually it's up and around in the stadium. I didn't see it in that example, but Holly wants to take her time. Something that as the season goes, she'll just keep working, just keep managing those seconds.
Right, ahead of the restart, let's check in with the Black Ferns coaching staff, Jenny Drummond.
Yes, I'm alongside Tony Christie now. Tony, a very busy 30 minutes. How would you unpick it so far?
Yeah, it's been a hell of a game so far. Great atmosphere in here. A couple opportunities we missed, and a couple individual one-on-one tackles, but so far, great spectacle.
Yeah, do you think there's an element of frustration at all, given the opportunities that you've created, how quick you are with ball in hand?
Oh, that's the brand we play. We like to throw the ball around and create opportunities. There will be mistakes, so we're going to stay calm and execute those.
Thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.
The Black Ferns staying calm.
Bondage over.
It's quite hard to stay calm between these two sides. Whenever they play, there is nothing calm about it. King. Still Hannah King. Worth a big shout out to Hannah King's parents, Peter and Adele, who have travelled abroad for the very first time to come to England to watch their daughter play. It was a bucket list moment for her dad in particular. This time it's Velika, only 23 years old again, the big prop.
She's got it, good turnover.
Red Roses ball, Carson.
She wrapped it.
Hunt, Aitchison, numbers out wide again, and Kildun just can't get that last pass away. Hunt waits for Packer to arrive.
Ball carrier very low. Ball carrier very low.
There's a bit of a feeling that the Red Roses is trying to hold on to control of this fixture, almost frustrate the Black Ferns. Vahakolo gives it back to Holmes. Holmes, one of the really pivotal players for the Black Ferns in that World Cup final back in 2022, taking her kicks well at goal. Captain Tukawafu.
Use it 9.
Missed out on that last game against Australia, but back in the mix once again. Ponsonby.
Not on the ball, on the body.
Almost a bit looked like Maya Joseph thought about box kicking them, but changed her mind. So the Black Ferns just keep that ball in their hands.
Use it 9.
Huge whack put on the ball. Comes down to Kildun. She runs round, Letty Ayinga gives it to Scarrett, and Scarrett's going, but she's on her own. Oh, warning there.
You have to come around.
Black Ferns just coming from the wrong place to try and get that ball. They've got to get onside.
No, you were like halfway down to the ground.
Better from England though, isn't it? Starting to keep more comfortable hold in possession, not being loose with it. You know, Emily Scarrett, Ellie Kildun, some big collisions, but England just allowing themselves to play in the right position. Yeah, Ellie Kildun, you know, great feet, isn't it? Ability to get off the touchline is so important from your back three. And then Emily Scarrett, good carry. Olsen Baker there, never gets her feet round, is always offside when she goes to compete the ball.
Well, this is a bit of an opportunity for the Red Roses. They've got penalty advantage as well here. It's gone down to ground. Hurd. Oh, it's nice to Scarrett, who's still pumping the hard yards. 2 meters left to go. Still penalty advantage. Red Roses here have an opportunity. Right, the warning there is against Ponsonby, and if there's another one here, there could be a card.
Penalty there for collapse. Where was the one in the it's where the more happened, right? In line with the AR.
Black number 3, Amy.
Well, basically, Holly Aitchison's deciding where she wants to kick the ball from.
Collapsing.
Yeah, exactly that. They're always going to go to the corner, not going to look for the point, so closer to the touchline is easier.
Well, Atkin Davis steps up. Look at the steely eyes there of the Black Ferns. They know what's coming. Atkin Davis, former primary school teacher, gets it straight toward. And the whole stadium urges the Red Roses on. They want a third try. That's being really well held by the Black Ferns. Warning, only one warning allowed now when it stops. Aitchison round to Breach, Breach to Kildun. She's got space. She steps back inside. Kildun score!
Check.
I think they'll check if there's a double movement. The second touch looks good, but was there a first?
Leo, I'm coming up to you.
Okay, Amy.
Minefield decision is a try. I do think the tip of the ball touched there, but I think we need to just clear this for clarity of the try.
How long can they hold it when it's stopped here? I thought it was just a second.
Okay, stand
No.
by.
Yeah. I was about to use it, and they use it, so yeah.
Well, Kennedy Tukawafu was just checking there about when the Red Roses maul stops, because you can't re-go again. It's another law trial that's going on at the moment, but they said they used it. This is kill done then. Does she get her try? Well, it looks good from where we are.
Amy,
Yep.
you can stick with your on-field decision.
Perfect. Thank you.
A great finish by Ellie Kildunn, right in front of the posts. And that scoreline is feeling more comfortable if you are an England fan.
Most definitely, yeah. It was a good finish by Ellie Kildunn. Great work by the forwards. You know, New Zealand did a very good job of defending it, bringing that maul to a stop. And then it was the first phase. It was well drilled by England's backs.
Well, a little bit of tension here, Polly Aitchison, to kick the ball. She's still got 32 seconds. 30 seconds now, but she's feeling the pressure a little bit. And that one is good, and that'll relieve some tension for her as well to get one on the scoreboard. But this was the finish.
Yeah, it's just great hands, isn't it? Polly Aitchison provided at the beginning to get out of all that New Zealand mess. I think probably Abby Dow's furious that Ellie Kildunn hasn't kicked out and given her a run in, but great feat by Ellie Kildunn, and there's a celebration.
It's a lasso from a cowboy if you are not down with the kids. There is a little contingent of England players who have a cowboy celebration, and Natasha Hunt exercising her right that you can now call a mark from a kickoff.
14.
I'm not sure from the middle of the pitch, unless she's going to hit somebody else, which she did. Emily Scarrett put it out to touch.
Again, it's another funny one, that law trial, that I'm not convinced is going to make it into the law, but what do you reckon?
No, I think it just slows the game down, doesn't it? It's everything that's supposed to speed it up, but by free kicking, allows everybody to reset. I'm not a fan.
Right, Black Ferns have got a minute and a half to get on the scoreboard before half-time. This has not gone how they'd like. Tukawafu, only married about 10 days ago. She's spending her honeymoon with her teammates. Here comes Letiainga, that's nice. Still going, oh, that's the Letiainga we know, as is the Zoe Allcroft. But what do they think of that tackle? I don't think Amy Barrett-Theron likes it. And Zoe Allcroft has just reduced the Red Roses to 14, and this is a big opportunity here for New Zealand.
Yeah, it is. She came right across, didn't she? That'll obviously go up to be reviewed, but like you say, it is a really big opportunity now for New Zealand to get some points on the board just before half-time.
Well, discipline has been a bit of an Achilles heel for the Red Roses. It's difficult to say that when they've been winning so much. But these are the kind of moments they need to step up. And here's a moment for the Black Ferns. Ponsonby has it there. Feyinati is waiting to secure. Penalty for England. Crossing. Truck and trailer.
Yeah, it's an old one, isn't it? And quite watching it from here, you just saw a slide up the side.
The ball needs to be in front.
Yeah, she left her maul, as Amy Barrett-Theron explained. The maul needs to be in front of the ball, not to the side.
It does feel a little bit like we're working through the law book at the moment, doesn't it?
Getting good examples here.
Thank you.
Right, the clock has gone red. Are we going to have the line out? Amy Barrett-Theron says, yes, we are.
It's half-time after the next stop, yeah? Stay open, please. I'll bring them in.
So the Red Roses currently playing with 14 on the field. They've got that 17-point cushion. Probably the scoreline is a bit flattering to the Red Roses.
Nine.
Atkin Davis in toward.
There was a compete. She scored on the outside shoulder. There was a compete. scrum or line out?
Well, this is interesting
Kennedy
because
scrum or line out?
our clock at the moment says 40 minutes.
No, it's
Amy
done.
Barrett-Theron is playing on.
We just have to play the skew though. Yeah.
Well, in the stadium, the clock is also at 40, so there's a little bit of confusion about
Time is up,
why
okay?
the game continues. But there is the warning. The time is up, so this will be the last play.
Crouch.
We thought Amy Barrett-Theron had given it as a free kick, which normally ends the game.
No stability on both sides. We can just come across. Come across. Groundskeepers asked us to move on the resets. Yep. Yes, please.
Oh, there you go. The groundsman here at the Allianz Stadium
Let's get shoulders higher than hips, please.
makes
It's
their
been really
mark
good for
on
the
this
whole first
match.
half.
Of course, coming up, there'll be the men's autumn internationals. Not till November, though.
I think the groundsman's got more to worry about than this scrum if it's not till November.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Both
Right.
hookers down.
I
Both
think
hookers
everyone
down.
just wants this ball to get off the field so they can get in
And
for
we can see all
half-time.
the ground is split up there. Let's shift again.
I mean, respect to the crowd who aren't pouring out to go and get a half-time refreshment.
Girls, the scrums have been really good. Okay, it's half time, so let's finish this one.
It's actually the third time that Amy Barrett-Theron has taken on this fixture between these two sides.
Both teams set
She
higher.
also refereed one of the biggest defeats the Black Ferns have ever suffered in Test history, which was back in Exeter in 2021.
Stay up.
They managed to beat the Black Ferns 43 points to 12 that day. Right, the Black Ferns want to play. They want something on the board. They're not happy with this scoreline as Holmes hacks through, chasing across his breach. He's just making sure that ball is safe, but is it? Yes. Just. And that will be the half. New Zealand will be frustrated, but the Red Roses, eventually they found their rhythm.
Yes, 100%. I think New Zealand will be frustrated. You know, they had opportunity to turn pressure into points, which they didn't take, and I think that's the difference for me in the end of this first half, is that when England got chances, they took chances, have allowed that scoreboard to tick on to go in with a 17-point nil lead, and that could be huge come the second half.
Well, the Red Roses have been reduced down to 14 women, and it's going to be like that for about 9 minutes of the second half when it comes around. But 3 tries, it's none too shabby a first half. So, after 40, the Red Roses lead 17 points to 0.
Thank you very much, Sarah and Katie. Yeah, what an interesting half. The pitch here, and they know with one woman off the pitch, Zoe Oldcroft, and the statistics from the first half which show New Zealand had the lion's share of possession, they had the lion's share of territory, they beat more defenders, almost twice as many as England, that they are going to really want to make that count.
100%. I think possession and patience is going to be paramount for the Roses, and Mitch always says it, direct is dangerous, so front up in that area, and I think we'll be doing okay.
Okay, let's get on with it then. A big second half in store. Let's hand you back to Sarah Orchard and Katie Daly-McLean.
40 minutes still to go. Feeling confident if you're an England fan. But if you followed this storyline before between these two sides, you will know all too well there's still 40 minutes of rugby to come from the world champions. Back underway then. Ball gathered by the Black Ferns. Youngster Maya Joseph, daughter of Jamie Joseph, who if you're a regular follower of rugby union will know he's a former All Black, also played for Japan, as the ball is just lost there by the Black Ferns. Jamie Joseph, he also coached Japan at the 2019 World Cup, so she comes from good stock, as England are just gifted a gorgeous scrum position inside of the Black Ferns 22.
Yeah, it's not how the Black Ferns will have wanted to start the second half. You know, they need to get some points on that board and just overplay in that 22. I think
Let's go, please.
sometimes you just need to get out, get good possession, get good territory and build from there.
You can see there's a change there for New Zealand in their front row. Amy Rule is now on the field. Tanya Kolavale has taken a seat. Remember, the Red Roses currently playing with 14 at the moment. Zoe Allcroft, vice-captain for the Red Roses, still in the bin until around 49 minutes. Matthews away with the ball to Hurd. Scarrett still going. Hunt. Support from Fayanati. Wonderful pushback by New Zealand. Hunt. Burn. It's like ox on ox out there. Still England ball. Carson. Oh, Hunt, the little snake. Oh, did she get it now? The referee's given it, but they might check it. The music's going. Hunt seems confident. She's running back. There is no request for a replay. Everyone is still holding their breath around the stadium. The try has been given on the big screens. This was the moment.
Yeah, it's a great little, try's given, isn't it? I don't think there's anything to look at from upstairs there. It's a good decision by Mo. Natasha Hunt there. That angle is just...
That's fine, Amy. No clear separation.
Thank you.
And Aitchison slots the extras. And the Black Ferns, they would have wanted to come out so strong in this second half, having the extra women on the field, and the Red Roses just nicked one there.
Yeah, and it's just what happens when you don't exit your 22. Natasha Hunt really smart around the fringes. A lot of the New Zealand forwards working hard to get opposite them England forwards. And a carbon copy of Lucy Packer from next week just takes a little space, snipes over. It's a really smart 9 play.
Renee Holmes with a restart. Will Hunt call a mark again? Yes, she will. Oh, this law is going to get a little bit getting used to. It's going to be trialled over the next season.
The thing that I think is really interesting, look, she's called a mark, she's used that knowledge of the game, but it isn't helping England. Everybody looks a little bit underprepared for it. You've got people in front. Holly Aitchison in that instance didn't look prepared. And for me, I think if you're going to use these, you've got to have everybody on the same wavelength to make sure it's an advantage to your side.
Ponsonby.
No contest.
Ruse goes in the air. No contest is significant as well. Another one of the law rules that's coming if it's not contested. Doesn't matter if it's not straight, as we're playing advantage now to the Red Roses. Hunt. Burn.
Yeah, good turnover for. No advantage, no fun.
And the Roses will get their scrum once again as they come and get ready to pack back down. Bremner, you can just see there on your screen, but we've got a woman on the field who's down at the moment on the far side. You can just see there it's Mackenzie Carson.
Yeah,
Carson created quite a little bit of a stir, not a lot, but when she made her England debut, because she did have 3 caps for Canada, but she has changed allegiance, now winning her 17th cap today for the Red Roses.
Maybe that was her.
As Zoe Allcroft continues to stalk the touchline. She's got a way to go before she gets back on.
Correct.
Just watch this break here, isn't it, from first half. It's a great fend. And this is Zoe's yellow card, isn't it? Actually, just high contact, isn't it? It's a really easy yellow card to be given there. Not malicious, just high and a bit clumsy.
If anyone is wondering why Zoe Allcroft also has a black eye, that was given to her by her captain, Marley Packer, in training on Thursday. And hence all the strapping around her forehead as well. All the best ones always given by a teammate.
I'm generally Marley Packer. I've had one of those as well. She wasn't my captain at the time, but a black eye for Marley.
Right then, we're ready to get back underway as the crowd continues to enjoy a bit of Spice Girls around the field. Red Roses get ready to pack down. There is Marley Packer. When are we going to be seeing some of those bench players making an appearance? Quite a formidable bench it is as well for the Red Roses.
No stability from Black, tight head.
Another gimme then for the Roses. Big pass out wide. Kildun hacks it on. Having to track back there is King, but it's an overcooked kick. Will it go the whole way? No, it won't. I mean, interesting decision by King.
Play on, nothing clear. Release White.
It was definitely the Red Roses who took the ball into that dead ball area, so she could have touched it down for the goal line dropout, and eventually they get the penalty, so they'll be pleased with that.
You started legal,
yeah, they will.
and
These decisions fascinate me because I am always wondering, what are you thinking there? Because that is a big risk, isn't it? You're running into a big organised white wall, like you say, put it down, take the drop out, relieve pressure.
Well, Holmes sends it towards this near side of the field. And it will be a restart then for the Black Ferns. Georgia Ponsonby again, a World Cup winner with the Black Ferns 2 years ago, gives it to Ruse. King, right boot. Dow. She had electric moments in the first half. Can she repeat?
She was next to me.
Very confident on the ball.
Playing in vantage. You keep them out, Carly. It's in the middle there. Okay.
Bit of a pickle that Alex Matthews got into there, and
no advantage.
they're going to bring it back for a Rose's penalty.
9, always in front, advancing. Okay.
Right, Zoe Aldcroft is released back onto the field, so it's not been too bad a period without her. Red Rose is still up, still scoring tries despite being a woman down, and a nice opportunity for her to come back on as they get the line out just outside the Black Ferns line.
Very good kick there from Holly Aitchison, putting England just a metre short of that 5 metres.
You know the script, you know what's coming. Atkin Davis gets the ball in, nice towards the middle there, taken by Matthews. What have the Black Ferns got to try and stop this? Warning to use it now, and the Black Ferns have done really well there. Hurd, so flat to the line there, Tatiana Hurd. They spun round to try and create numbers on the left-hand side there. Through went Aldcroft, keen to make up for lost time. Atkin Davis in there as well. Is there space out there? Kildun can't get the last pass away. Back inside. Black Ferns defending for everything. They need to stop the leaks.
Yep.
Carson.
I'll have to stop if it goes there.
3 Black Ferns in there, stopping that Red Roses attack. Atkin Davis.
Time off. We're getting too close to the injured player.
Okay, injured player down in the field, so it will still be a Red Roses ball. That's just a time stop there, but they're having to commit a lot of women there in the contact to stop all of this Red Roses momentum.
They really are, and I think because the physicality of the Red Roses and how they're carrying it, taking 1, 2, 3 Black Ferns to stop them, because they don't want to let England get momentum. As soon as they get momentum, it's really, really hard.
Okay, lots of chat going on there between Marley Packer and referee, and I think they're saying this is an HIA moment. So it's Georgia Ponsonby who's taken the contact there and is going to go and have a check. So coming on in her place is Atlanta Lolahea, as we quickly check in with Jenny Drummond.
I'm now alongside Sarah Hunter. Sarah, the scoreboard's looking quite nice right now from a Red Roses perspective. What do you make of the match so far, and what was the chat at half-time?
Yeah, I'm not sure the scoreboard reflects how the game has been. You know, New Zealand have had some great chances. Like, we've given them some moments in the game, and we know they're a threat with ball in hand and the line breaks they've made. So we just refocus on ourselves about the areas we want to play in and how we put pressure back on them, and how we've got a little bit more to give this second half. And it's great to see that the girls came out and did that right from the off.
Thanks very much, Sarah.
Thanks very much.
I'll be kind to Sarah Hunter and just reassure you, she's not been on the pies. She is heavily pregnant. Ball away then. Nice touch through. Good nudge. Can it be touchdown? Good tidying up work done there by Brunt, but they're going to check something. Nice idea by Aitchison.
Yes, lovely, wasn't it? Nobody in the backfield.
On-field decision is no try. We think Black have grounded it first, but let's clear that off first, please. If it is, it's taken in by White. 22.
Well, the Red Roses haven't retreated back towards the halfway. They're hanging around at the moment on the 22, which is sometimes an indication of how confident they are.
Amy?
Yep.
We have a decision?
Yep. Stick with the on-field. Goal line drop out. Yes, sir?
You can stick with the on-field decision,
Okay.
grounded by Black.
No try. Goal line drop out.
So it's taken over the line by White. Black touchdown. Goal line dropout. Scarrett. Still Scarrett. Tried to get involved back in play, Emily Scarrett. Left playing a lot of 12 last season, now more in her traditional shirt of 13. As the ball just gets lost there in contact on the floor, and they'll restart with that scrum. I mean, interesting, Emily Scarrett had a really tough last season, didn't she? A lot of injuries she was coming back from, managing her body. But the injury to Meg Jones, who's part of our commentary team today, has really given her an opportunity to get back in that 13 shirt and have a shot.
It really has, you know, like you say, we were used to Emily Scarrett in the 12 shirt last year. You see it here, and this is what she's known for, isn't it? That ability to carry, the ability to stay strong. So it's great, I suppose, from John Mitchell's perspective, to have somebody like Emily Scarrett that you can just pull out of that 12 shirt and think, actually, I'm going to put her back into that familiar 13 shirt. You know, Meg Jones will be back soon. You've got Helena Rowlands on the bench today, so there is an abundance of talent out there as well for the Red Roses.
Emily Scarrett is also the top point scorer in World Rugby against the Black Ferns.
Yeah, just a bit of timing there, no problem. Just wait for my call, please.
Well, in traditional rugby style, this second half is not quite as free-flowing as the first. Natasha Hunt wondering if she will get her hands on the ball anytime soon. Again, one of 4 players still in action from that 2014 World Cup winning squad. Oldest player in the squad at 35.
No stability.
Strong as ever.
First, and then Black went.
And finally, Amy Barrett-Thron gives us a free kick to get this ball moving. Varcola.
Okay, play on.
Joseph King. Popped off ball there by Tukawafu. Holmes ready to mop up. Popped away. King once again. Big pass out wide. Letty Ayinga trying to dance around a phone box, but nicely read by Aitchison. Nika Eli Tu'u, the Blues back rower. Back row, a real strength at the moment for the Black Ferns. That's where the highest competition is for places in their squad. Joseph, she's seen enough, doesn't want to play inside of her own half anymore. Now, I think that went straight out, but there's a penalty.
Side and going for the charge down. It wasn't clear for me, so I'm trusting the system, yeah?
I can see there will be changes for the Red Roses soon. They've got a player down on the far side. Feanati there just receiving a bit of treatment.
Don't stop in front of the kicker.
As the ball goes out of play, it doesn't. It's still going. Kildan. Mistake again there. Both sides haven't quite been clean when it comes to finding touch. Aitchison. Hurd. Scarrett thinks she can see a little bit of space. Would have been a 50-22, but Holmes stops it well. Varcolo again. Oh, nice stuff here. Varcolo with the opportunity. Aitchison one-on-one. Is this the Blackburns try? They go over. Caitlin Varcolo, the Blues win. She saw her opportunity and she took it. Blackburns on the board. She's got so much opportunity. Caitlin Varcolo, 24 years old, to make her mark on this squad.
She's probably been New Zealand's best attacking player as well, you know, ball in hand. And here it really comes from nothing. Marley Parker on the edge, just hacked ahead, isn't it? And it's that thing England have done all day. They've let the ball bounce. Emily Scarrett gets an awful bounce. Really Dumont there, mops it up. And once she's got ball in hand, big fend like we've seen from Abby Dow, and nobody was going to catch her. But England have got to make sure they start catching that ball on the full, as we see what a lovely finish.
Holmes now with the conversion. She's got a really interesting kicking style, Holmes. And that one hasn't worked. She kind of does this like pumping arm run up. Sometimes it's an absolute beauty, but that time not so much.
I really enjoyed your impression of it. It was very, very good for the viewers at home that couldn't see it.
On that note, let's head down to Jenny Drummond.
Alongside Tony Christie once again. Tony, crucially, you got a score there, but how do you go about closing the gap?
Yeah, we just talked about two things, our energy and our execution. So just finishing those opportunities that we did well there.
What was the chat at half-time then, and what do you need to do here?
Yeah, we just talked about our middle of our defence being a little bit tighter and some of our decision-makings on the edges. But great to see straight away after half-time there some good maul defence and defending our line.
Thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.
Changes then for England. Thank you, Jenny. Fresh front row. Amy Cockayne, Hannah Bottoman, Maud Muir are all on. Maddie Feanati is also off the field for the Red Roses.
Use it, 9. No, don't use your feet, thank you.
And I think Moena Talling has come on to replace her. Georgia Brock will have to wait. Change also for New Zealand. Olsen Baker off and Sa'e onto the field. As the miscommunication there from New Zealand, they lose a couple of yards. There's King, who's been studying for a degree in agriculture. Has to do a little bit of digging herself to try and get themselves out of trouble.
Use it, 9.
Joseph.
Wait.
Charged down by Aldcroft. Letiainga on it. Nice zigzagging run. It was Brunt who actually managed to jump on that one.
Use it, 9. Ball is out.
Talking of degrees, Maya Joseph is actually studying medicine, but has taken a break for a year to focus on her rugby as the ball just bounces there for Kildan. She lit up the Six Nations. Will she go once again? The referee will bring it back. Calm down,
she's
calm down.
Down in the air, it's touching on the player, then she's regathered.
That's correct.
Well, they'll bring it back. But Ellie Kildan now, she is just such an exciting player, made such a name for herself after that incredible Six Nations campaign, but good refereeing.
Yeah, just smart refereeing, wasn't it? I think it'd come from the TMO because referee wasn't in line, but good work from Ellie. She gets up off the ground. She knows there's going to be a competition. Just a bit of juggling there.
I'm still chatting over here, so it's okay. Yeah.
reset. Groundsman won't be happy.
So we do have some new faces, that's fine, but we need clear stability on the set, okay? We're just a bit edgy. Try my best. You want to shift a bit? I don't mind. Go away, mate.
And the Red Roses have been spending their week guessing Oasis songs, because I think that's what everyone's doing at the moment. They've been doing a bit of golf putting. You can tell I've been on their social media channels.
Let's go.
Apparently coffee is a very important thing for them, but Abby Ward, you just saw dip down there into that scrum. She was in charge of organising Sarah Hunter's baby shower. The defence coach won't be heading off to WXV with the team. She'll be staying here for her up-and-coming arrival. What a scrum by the Red Roses. That was a flex.
We've waited for that new front row, and they really dominated and got there early. Gert hit. New Zealand couldn't live with that.
Yep.
Really interesting as the ball goes high there, and it's gone over the flag, so it's going to come back.
Scrum, where she kicked it from, or 22 dropout?
So the ball went over the flag. It hasn't stayed in the field of play as it goes out.
Yep.
So it's another gift after that massive scrum. Huge frustration for England.
Huge frustration, and at the moment, you know, it doesn't have a big impact on the game. They've got a three-score lead. But when those games are closer, those moments are huge. Holly Aitchison needs to make sure she's on her money.
Sorry, a couple more steps, you mind?
Fascinating that New Zealand appeared to have opted for a scrum, but we've got changes coming now for New Zealand. Now, quite a big cheer has gone up as Aisha Letiainga makes her way off the field, but coming on in her place is Ruby Tui, arguably one of the best-known rugby players in the world.
So we just had some things with stability, so clear stability on the set.
Letiainga will be pleased with her 58 minutes. Remember, not played for quite a long time at this level. But Ruby Tui is a name that many of you will know, as Bremner also takes applause from the bench, as does Chris Velika as well. Coming onto the field then, it was Kate Henwood, Mama Vaipulu, and there she is, Ruby Tui, Olympic Sevens champion. Went viral before the Black Ferns and the King did, from an interview she did with our colleague here at the BBC, Jill Douglas, for an incredible Ruby Tui interview.
It's not steady, second one.
But we've got a bit of rugby here, because after that amazing scrum from England last time out, it's the Black Ferns who've managed to win a penalty.
Yeah, it's a bit of yo-yo, isn't it? It's just not allowing the game to come to life a little bit. It's made it quite stalling. So it'll be interesting now whether the Black Ferns can launch something for this next line out.
Well, Holmes does find her touch, and interesting to see how these replacements for the Black Ferns, if they can make an impact. There is quite a bit of experience on the bench. There's Hannah Bottoman on your screen to the left there. Fresh legs for the Red Roses. Here comes the ball for the Black Ferns back line. Tukawafu. Lola Heya runs straight into Alex Matthews, who does a good bit of wrestling work to deal with her opposite woman. Tui gives the extras out wide to Sahe. Sahe still going. Brunt, big pass to Mikaeli Tu'u, and this is better from the Black Ferns, going through the phases. DeMunt, Roos. Have they found some momentum here, the visitors, finally? Huge tackles now by the Roses. Tui popped out wide to Vahakolo. Will this be her second? She's gonna touch down. Caitlin Vahakolo, she knows where the try line is. And is this the start of a real comeback in the second half for Caitlin Vahakolo and the Black Ferns?
It was a really well-worked try. It's probably the best we've seen New Zealand string their play together, both forwards and backs working together, doing their job. We just sit here, they did a really good job. Ruby Tui finding the space on the edge, making Ellie Kildare-Moho bite. It's a great tackle for Zoe Allcroft, but that's how quickly New Zealand recycle, how quickly ball gets hands. And again, Ruby Tui, she's just come on the pitch, another involvement, another fix and give. Skills done really, really well when there's not a lot of space. Holly Aitchison has to turn in, and it's a really, really good finish again down that touchline.
That's a better attempt by Renee Holmes. And this game's getting a bit interesting now. 12 points in it, just under 20 minutes to play. And, oh, just thinking about the amount of tries scored now by this woman, Caitlin Vahakolo. She's now taken her tally with an extra couple added on to 15 tries in today, her 11th test.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it? As a young winger, finding your feet in the international stage, to be that comfortable and that confident when your team needs to finish, like, you just pull that out the bag. Great numbers.
Vahakolo, also the 2023 World Rugby Rookie of the Year. You can see why. Ball gathered by the Black Ferns.
Back. Back.
Loose on the floor. King. Mikaeli Tu'u. Also involvement now by Pulu onto the field.
Music 9.
Mama Vaipulu plays rugby for the Blues. Also played a bit of volleyball in her time as well.
Too long. Too long.
And the warning there was given, not taken by the Black Ferns. And those are the kind of mistakes that both of these sides, this is a friendly, but it's going to mean so much more when it's a big test match with a trophy on the line.
So when
It really will, but I think what's interesting, especially for New Zealand,
I'm not calling ball out, but if they ask me, I have to say yes.
and when listening to Amy Barron talk to it, you can't use your hands as a 9. If you're going to dig that out, you've got to use your foot. So she's not saying ball out, but she's saying as soon as she starts using her hand, she's going to allow England to come through and tackle that. And I just think it's really good refereeing. It's smart, it's allowing the game to breathe without giving unnecessary decisions, but it's making sure the rules are followed.
Ball coming in then for the Red Roses. Down the line comes from Aitchison. Hurd.
Good turnover. Good turnover. Release White.
No one is holding on to their ball at all. No one's able to sort of close anything out. Once again, Mama Vaipulu only made a debut this year in the Pacific Four. And listen to that scream coming in by Maika Vanakolani-Roos.
It'll be interesting, New Zealand, from here, whether this will be an area that Anil Bunton will really look on. I don't think New Zealand have exited particularly well. They've copped up some opportunity for England to turn over, in this instance to get a penalty to exit, but they don't look very organised and certainly not providing a lot of protection to their 9s and 10s.
Okay, more changes coming on as we just watch this replay.
Yeah, it's a really good read there, isn't it? She gets out of the line. The try scorer, Venable, just comes out, shuts down Tatiana Hurd nice and early. But here we saw Hannah King just dancing around. Doesn't have not a lot of organisation, not a lot of planning from New Zealand.
Well, we saw the Hannah King coming off for Amy Duplessis, but Emily Scarrett, she's going to go and take a seat. After 64 minutes there, Helena Rowland slotting in at 13. We assume that Ruhe Dement will now step up and to that 10 channel. Kildare. She's going to straighten. Still England ball. Aitchison thinks you can see a little bit of space behind the Black Ferns. What have they got? They've got Dement, they've got Holmes. And England have got big tackles. Big pass out wide. There's numbers here for the Black Ferns if they can straighten. Tukawafu, the captain. Can she get the last pass? No. Vahakolo should be on for the hat-trick if she can run. Big hit coming in there by Amy Rule, also known as Cutter. Started that World Cup final, had to settle for a bench position today. Oh. Amy Duplessis. That's a tough one to watch.
Okay. Michael. Sub 9.
She knows, not been on the field too long. Huge frustration.
Tough because it was building nicely, wasn't it? New Zealand were getting through their phases against pressurising England. See here, it's a big long pass, how short England are. Tatiana Hurd having to work really hard. Ball in two hands again, and I think it's Zoe Allcroft makes a great tackle from behind.
Yeah.
Well, that's a day then for Maya Joseph. On in her place, Eritana Hahaya plays for the Hurricanes.
Okay. Yeah, let's form up, please.
Maya Joseph, we're going to be seeing a lot more of her over the next year. So there is Hahaya. Another player who's really all over sport in her youth, played a lot of basketball as well. Also made a bit of a name for herself in rugby sevens. She gets her 11th cap today for New Zealand. Hurd does just get that pass away somehow. Dow. New Zealand just a little bit more tetchy whenever Dow's on the ball. Aitchison towards the middle of the field. Huge tackles raining down there. Red Rosie's lucky to hold on to that ball. Hurd again, who's repositioned quickly. Oh, David Cocaine, what a take! She's up, she's playing, she needs support that's fast. It's Helena Rowland, fresh legs on the field, still going strong. Big important tackles coming in by the Black Ferns, who were under huge pressure.
Nothing clear for me.
They're just checking what the decision's going to be here. They've got a choice.
Okay.
Amy Cocaine, what a run.
What a run from Amy Cocaine, but what a pass from Tatiana Hurd. It was so flat at the line. Amy Cocaine, like a steam train, just comes bombing through here. You don't even get to see the pass. But Helena Rowland worked really hard to get on her shoulder. But a great tackle, I think, for Rudy Dumont there. Really good. Hauls her down.
New Zealand do not want to be playing at this end of the field again. They just got a couple of tries. They want to get out of here fast. Nicely working it through the hands.
Lost it.
Red Roses quick up into Black Ferns' faces. They want to run it, New Zealand. It's what they do. Duplessis on the floor. Hahaya. Rule. Hahaya again. Finally, Dumont puts boot to ball. Kildun says thank you. And the Red Roses will attack again. Tackle coming in that time by Vopulu. Bottoman just spinning in and out there. Does well to hold the ball. Natasha Hunt has really directed traffic. Kept her head under the pressure so far. Maud Muir. Lost a Hartbury prop. Taking the tackles. Hurd. Hurd doing well to get over the gain line. Packer loses the ball forward. Still loose on the floor. It's all backwards from the Black Ferns. They've got the advantage. Tui. Duplessis.
We've got a scrum advantage.
Blackferns need to get out of their own half. They've been stuck in porridge for a while now. Rule again. I think the referee's putting everyone out of their misery there.
Abby, there's a little something in your face.
Okay, so there's a little bit of treatment going on there to Abby Ward, and they're just waiting to see if they can do the subs as well. Abby Ward, who's got a little bit of claret there. And here we go. The captain, Marley Packer, will go and take a seat. No problem with that ankle from the warm-up, but a big moment also for Georgia Brock. 23-year-old from Gloucester Hartbury makes her England debut on one of the biggest stages of them all. Wonderful moment for her, but straight into business.
It's great to see. I've commentated a lot on Georgia Brock in the PWR, and she has been a standout player for Gloucester Hartbury last season when they won the title. She is really, really good ball carrier, but she's great on the ground. Very, very smart rugby player. Now I think she'll fit really nicely into this pack. Really complementary the way she wants to play.
And of course, a big moment for Brock as well. Knowing that WXV squad announcement is coming up next week. What can she do with these 10.5 minutes? Zoe Allcroft now has the captain's armband after Marley Packer has gone off. Still got a vice-captain out there, Natasha Hunt. Very similar to what they do actually at club level as well, because Natasha Hunt and Zoe Allcroft are co-captains at Gloucester Hartbury as Abby Ward gets wrapped up. Both sides just settling down. Right, then don't forget it's a weekend of rugby with Scotland against Fiji at the moment. That's coming up at 4:20 on the iPlayer. Everyone building up towards WXV, of course. And there's a bit of rugby league also coming your way on BBC Two. Hull FC against Salford, that one at 5 o'clock in the Super League. Another cheeky little change there for the Red Roses. Lucy Packer, so there's still a Packer on the field. No relation, we have to say every time. Marley and Lucy. Natasha Hunt will be pleased with her day at the office. Controlled things well.
Yeah, she's gone really, really well. Really smart play. Kept England moving forward. Some nice little kicks into the corner. So I think she'll be really, really pleased with the 2 games she's had in these friendly games for England.
Well, also Tatiana Hurd is off the field. Zoe Harrison is on. Likely that she'll be on in that 10 position. Vahakolo with the hack on down the near side of the field. Fresh legs on there in the form of Zoe Harrison, who's been well tracked back there by the Black Ferns. Good hard work coming in there by Brock in particular, just to make sure the Black Ferns couldn't come back quickly and try and get over the top of that ball. Lucy Packer gives it to Allcroft.
Use it, 21, thank you.
If the Black Ferns did get a score now, it would make a very nervy end to this fixture as the ball comes towards this near side of the field. Now, good first touch then by Harrison to hold on to the ball for a 51st cap. But there is a bit of treatment going on in the middle of the field at the moment to Amy Cockayne. So there is a few repairs going on to quite a few players at the moment. And there's a little bit of a warning going into the Black Ferns there to check what they're doing at the breakdown. There's actual warning giving into Layla Sa'e. As Amy Cockayne continues to get treatment for that left arm. It's not actually a Red Roses put in at the line out, but the referee is waiting because they've got all the medical staff on the field as well. Abby Ward looks like she's going the distance in this one. Not bad for someone who's been out. Lolahe. Clean in Hohea. Nice back inside, Mikaeli Tu'u. Oh, well, I think Amy Cockayne there, just holding her arm, will be a slight concern, having just had it strapped. She's still holding it, but Black Ferns ball play will continue. If Amy Cockayne we'll have to wait and see, and she's just grimaced as she's passed that. They need to get Amy Cockayne off the field and fast.
One time. Okay.
And I'm not sure if the Red Roses have got any subs left, but she is a front row, and that is in their favour. They'll just have to wait, though, for the moment of it being a scrum.
Yeah, I think Amy Cockayne looks in a lot of discomfort there, doesn't she? Looks like that left elbow, like you say, Lark Davies now is getting ready to come back onto the field, which is always a big ask when you've sat down for 15-20 minutes.
Well, Lark Davies is coming on straight away. And Amy Cockayne, you can just see by the look on her face, she knows that that injury could be costly. These players want to play. Davis straight away, getting the ball in. The Red Roses continue. They've got to hold on to this lead for 8 minutes if they want to come away with another win against the world champions. Harlequins' Lucy Packer finds Saracens' Zoe Harrison. Confusion in the midfield by the Black Ferns.
Not a kick if it's off the knee. Not a kick. It's a knock on. Thanks.
Well, you have to say, the Black Ferns, they've had a lovely purple patch in this second half, but everyone is looking a bit tired at this moment. Worth saying the Red Roses, they're just coming off a pre-season block. Good result for them last week against France. Black Ferns haven't played since July. You're beginning to feel a little bit now of that on the field.
You really are, aren't you? It's definitely started, it's lost the life, should we say. And I think, you know, it is, England have had a really big pre-season, like you've touched on. The girls will feel that. They fly not too far away for WX3 for both sides. So both in very different parts of their prep, building into what's going to be such a big year for all teams in women's rugby.
41,500 packed into the Allianz Stadium for this one then. Big tackles going in. Still, there is some energy out there. Packer, Harrison, Aldcroft. Packer again. Rowland, spun out, ball long there. Really nice connection out wide to Breach. She hacks on the ball, they can't touch her. Holmes. Kildun desperately trying to hold her up, knows she has to get her to ground, but she's lying on the wrong side.
Short, please. Tough one, I know. 15 wide.
Puts her hands up, knows it was her fault.
Time off. Kick is injured.
Ellie Kildun just making her way back.
That's a good question. 74-18, I think. Oh, fuck,
Okay, so a bit of treatment going on there to Renee Holmes. Just a little bit on the right. Well, this is going to take a little bit of time. They've decided that they're going to give a bit of comprehensive treatment this time to Renee Holmes as they start banging out the tunes again around the stadium. And they're just checking in to see what's wrong with her leg. I think she's going to be okay to carry on. Magic tape then comes out. That'll sort you out for 5 minutes, Renee Holmes, to get through to that final. Renee Holmes, an interesting one. She's actually played 4 sports for New Zealand. Football, taekwondo, ultimate frisbee, and of course rugby. Do you want to wave along, Katie?
It's not my song.
What's your song?
I knew you were going to go there.
Oh, yeah.
For you to take that number, you know? Or a Spice Girl number like earlier.
If anyone doesn't know, it's definitely a take that number. And I know the one that Katie loves. Just go and have a little Google and see if you can find it. Other search engines are available. Okay, far side of the field. Are we going to finish on a bit of a bang on this match? It has been a bit of a scrappy second half. Atlanta Lolohea only made her debut against Australia, so this is just her second cap in a Black Ferns shirt. As they send Amy Rule, their known as cutter, to her teammates to run through. Straightened ball this time by Kate Henwood, mum of two to Stella and Connor, also a qualified accountant, incredibly busy woman. Lolohea again. Pahaya looking for endless work at the moment, distributing as the Black Ferns try and find some room. Oh, hacked on ball. Here's an opportunity. Helena Rowland can't get that last kick away.
Accidental. It's come off black touch.
Well, Ruahei Dement there was desperate to try and slow that down, but it will be a restart and an England ball.
She's been very, very good today as well, hasn't she, Rudy? Damon, I thought, for New Zealand.
Well, it is a bit of treatment that's going then to the New Zealand players, but it's nearly closing down there with the clock, so high time that we found out. Katie Daly-McLean, who is your player of the match?
I mean, I think Abby Dow for England has been very, very good today. You know, there's been a couple of real standout performances for New Zealand, but for me, my man of the match today is number 8, Alex Matthews. I think she's been absolutely phenomenal around the park. You know, her work rate, her ability just to stay involved in the game. And when a game, like you touched on, Sarah, gets so scrappy like that, players like this are instrumental in not letting the game go away. She's been very, very good.
Well, she's just been announced to the stadium crowd as well. Popular player, 69 caps now for the Red Roses. She was just 19 years old when England won the World Cup back in 2014. Only 31 now. She'll certainly be in the mix if fit and available for that World Cup this time next year. We'll be right in the middle of the World Cup this time next year. It runs from the 22nd of August to the 27th of September, as we just see there Kate Henwood having to come off. So they've had to mix and match there in the front row once again. Spun out ball. Killed up. Aitchison does well there to try and tidy. Ward. Packer. Harrison. Strong run coming in by Muir. Harrison can see space. Ball bounces out on that near side. She was inside of the Black Ferns half, so it's not a 50-22, but it's still a nice bit of territory finder.
I think Zoe Harrison coming on has been very, very good. Her moments, her involvement, great little kick, you know, game's done, but just putting the pressure on New Zealand. I think she's been very, very good. Really solid performance for her. It's great identification of space as well, just dropping it in there, letting Abby Dow go chase after it.
Lolohea, she was a standout schoolgirl as she came through the age groups. Does just find her player there in the air. Another big run coming in there by Tukawafu. She's actually signed the biggest contract in Black Ferns history. 4 years that she signed up for. Hugely important player. Duplessis again, and this, you have to say, are areas where if the Black Ferns want to progress, they need to learn to kick the ball away. It's called exiting in rugby, and the energy that they're currently expending, the Black Ferns, waiting for that magic moment. Sometimes it just doesn't come. They do get the penalty though, and they'll take that.
They will, but it's such a risk that they're running, especially in a game. Look, there's only 12 points in this game, but if you spend the majority of your rugby playing it in your 22, yes, they're looking for moments, yes, they're looking for soft shoulders and edges, but if they don't come, you really run the risk of conceding points against the good sides.
Holmes has missed her touch as well, so any kind of opportunity here for the Black Ferns to do something. Pretty much gone now on that moment. Push towards the far side. Here we go.
Advantage.
Black Ferns advantage. Minute and a half on the clock.
Ball lifted.
Loose. Duplessis. High spinning ball. Layla Sa'e. Crowd like that moment. Well, they're going to bring this one back. They're going to come all the way back for the knock-on. The Black Ferns still stood still from when the moment happened. It is their ball, but you have to say, the Black Ferns, they haven't played since July. They're probably still a bit jet-lagged. You can feel it in these final moments. They know the scoreboard is gone.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of now for them just running this game out, isn't it? I think England have got an opportunity, and I'm sure John Mitchell and the coach and staff would like to see them lift that and kind of just turn the screw a little bit, because at the moment this is a bit of nothing, isn't it? We're just playing in the middle of the park and kind of going from error to error. Both sides are significantly better than this.
Well, attention from both these sides will turn towards WXV in Canada when the final whistle goes. The Black Ferns are treating this 6-week block that they're away from New Zealand as almost simulate the Rugby World Cup next year. But it's going to start this block with a loss against the Red Roses. Have they got something here? Duplessis, the clock about to go red. Brunt, Holmes, hacked on ball. Vahakolo is there. The foot race. Harrison is watching the ball. Will it go over? Yes, it will. She's made it safe. That is it. The Red Roses get back-to-back wins over the Black Ferns. This wasn't a World Cup final, but could this be the blueprint for this time next year? 4 tries for the Red Roses, 2 for the Black Ferns, both scored by Caitlin Vahakolo, who certainly had her card marked ahead of the World Cup next year, and the fast approaching WXV. These two are going to play again in a few weeks' time in Canada. But for now, it's all smiles if you are a fan of England, who get one over their biggest rivals. Well, they've had a great day. So have we. Dancing away. Everyone's happy. The King is happy. The Red Roses are happy. The Black Ferns will be frustrated. But first game in a while. Full time. England 24, New Zealand 12.
Thank you very much, Sarah and Katie. Yeah, England.